So for Christmas, my wonderful girlfriend was able to pick me up a box from Tacklebros. Tacklebros is a company that's been around for a little while now. It used to be called Peterborough Pro Tackle. They're here in Ontario. I've been following them for a little bit now. They have making some wicked online content, and they just have some awesome lures there. It's a lot of JDM and higher end sort of stuff. A lot of Z-Man, which I love. So when I saw they do these these individual boxes that are geared towards the angler, I had to pick one up. So I sent my girlfriend the link. I told her exactly what to type in the boxes on how and what I fish, and this is what we received. I'm super excited to open this one. It's a big old box, but this is the cheapest one they sell. It comes at about $50 if I can remember correctly, and the value is definitely there. There's about 5 or 6 baits, so overall I'm not mad with what I paid. First off, stickers. I love stickers, man. So we got some Tacklebros stickers. This is just their standard logo. Wicked typeface font, by the way. I love that kind of old English style font. And we got the cup noodle little thing there, Tacklebros. Yeah, really cool stuff. There is no terminal tackle in this box, which is a good thing. I'm at a point now where I just don't really need another set of drop shot weights or EWG hooks. It is what it is when I get them, but it's not something I'm trying to buy in a box, right? Here we have the Z-Man chatterbait in Houdini. This is the Project Z chatterbait in a 1/2 ounce weight. So I'm at the point now where there's so many chatterbaits from Z-Man, I really have no idea kind of where everything ranks as far as quality and price goes. I do know that the jackhammer is still the cream of the crop, obviously. And I think they have the Evo now, which is like a cheaper alternative to the jackhammer. And at the very bottom you have just your standard chatterbait. There's the custom chatterbait, which is like different colors. It can only be seen on Tackle Warehouse, I think. And some of them have like rubber band for their skirt. Some of them are hand tied, and some of them have that easy skirt they call it. Really, I mean, I do good with a regular chatterbait. The jackhammer I own, and I do like that. It's definitely a higher quality, you can tell. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Z-Man chatterbaits, a chatterbait is a chatterbait. They're all very well made. So looking at this Project Z chatterbait, the main difference is your painted head, I believe, and the hook to tie to your line is a little bit different looking. That means nothing to me, man. I could use whatever clip to my line. It really makes no difference as long as it holds on. But overall it looks pretty decent quality. A nice gold blade on there, very standard chatterbait blade, nothing special there. This is the Houdini color, so you got like a green pumpkin with a bunch of gold flake on there on the head, looks like, and that kind of that burnt gray kind of almost clear look to the skirt, and lots of red and gold flake in there. Houdini is a color that works for me. It looks pretty nice. I like looking at it in the water. It's an eye-catching color. It definitely catches the angler. And this is the easy skirt, which I like. So it's not rubber band, but it's not hand tied or anything either. It's basically just like some plastic molding on there to hold it on. And I mean, it's high quality. It lasts pretty much forever. I've had chatterbaits for a long time, like a couple years now, that have not really deteriorated at all in that easy skirt. And it does slide off pretty easily too. So if you really wanted to, you could, I know you can pick these up separately and just pop them on if you're trying to change skirt color or replace the skirt. Yeah, very nice, solid, sticky hook there. And the bait keeper's kind of nice. You got two little sticky out pointer guys that will hook into your plastic, so works really well with that elastomer, Elastec Z-Man plastic. So we got the chatterbait, now we need a trailer. What I like about this box is they include a perfect trailer for us. This is the Z-Man Big Baller Z in red bone, and this is a 5-inch plastic bait. So that red bone is a perfect match. You have a white underbelly, but that green pumpkin gray kind of brown color with a bunch of red flake in it. Actually, I think it is just a green pumpkin color, but nice, lots of nice red flake in there, and it matches the color of that jig perfectly. We're gonna throw that on and see how it looks. Oh man, I love rigging up Elastec plastics. I didn't get that thing straight at all, but you get the gist. It's a very standard chatterbait trailer. They also make the chatter spike and now the chatter shad, which have that similar kind of, ribbed plastic on the bottom to give it a bunch of movement in the water. This is your bigger version of that. I believe that's like a 3.75-inch plastic. This one's 5 inches. It's got a nice big ball on the end there, so you're gonna get lots of movement in the water as this thing kind of flutters with that blade. Overall, yeah, this is a really good plastic to pair with the chatterbait. I'm glad they included it. It's nice to get it. I mean, if I got this chatterbait without the trailer, I'd be a little cheesed because I don't have any matching colors for trailers, but overall, having that added in there, pretty nice little setup. And now you just have a nice perfect chatterbait, a big 1/2 ounce chatterbait. A little bigger than I throw 3/8, but overall this is going to get it done, I believe. Pike and the spring are going to love this thing, hopefully, so, you know, we'll be hitting them with that. Very cool little combo. Happy with that. So we go from a nice high with that chatterbait down to a little bit of a lull. This is a pack of X-Zone tubes. These are in the Limit Maker color, and it's a 3.75 inch X tube. I have no problem with X-Zone baits. They're pretty high quality plastics and I actually like them. I just don't really throw tubes much at all. It's a bait that I've never really decided to pick up. I just haven't had the opportunity yet where it would make sense to throw one. I know smallies crush them, man. I know a lot of people fish them, you know, jigging tubes, you know, on a lot of cover. I fish a lot of canals where, you know, a kind of a tube would make sense, but I just avoid the deeper areas of that canal. You know, I kind of fish the ends where it's a little more shallower, but overall it's something that is always good to have in your tackle bag. And I mean, maybe eventually I will pick this up. It's not a technique that I'm down to just swear off for all times. I mean, jigging a tube obviously works. Guys have been using it for a bajillion years, so, you know, you can't go wrong with it. I'm not totally mad about having this in the pack. It's a good color, and overall, yeah, pretty nice high quality tube. Now we got a nice little hard bait. This is the Berkeley Choppo. So it's your river to sea Whopper Plopper ripoff, I guess, is how I would explain it. There's not much different from the Whopper Plopper, but, you know, the Choppo gets it done. A lot of guys who actually prefer these over the Whopper Plopper. What makes it so special, I don't understand, but yeah, Berkeley makes some good stuff, man. They have the Fusion 19 hooks, which are super sharp, sticky hooks. I like that. And another thing I don't fish often is topwater, if I'm being honest. I have to start throwing topwater. It's something I have to just force myself to do. So having another topwater bait in my tackle box isn't going to be a problem to me. The reason I like that inclusion so much is that even though I don't fish topwater, it's cool to get something like that. It's a little bit of a higher end bait. I mean, the Choppo is pretty pricey in stores. So, you know, something that I would never pick off a shelf, but just having in my arsenal, it's fun to experiment with. Now, I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't want at least one JDM bait from this box. Luckily for me, they included a pretty solid one. This here is the Bellows Gill in 3.8 inch. And this is just a wicked Japanese style plastic that's super popular, I mean, here in North America. So I'm happy to finally get my hands on one. I've been looking at them for a while online. And man, I know I talk about scents every now and then, but this one is just so strong. People say it smells like Fritos, like a corn chip. Oh, that scent lingers, man. It tickles your nose and just stays there. I don't know. Oh, that's a strong one, man. I feel like I'm lightheaded just from taking a whiff of that. But overall, this is just a wicked bait, man. I'm so excited to throw this one. Look at that. It comes in a little, you know, separate package for each one. And you even have like a spot for your hook to sit. So if you were to rig this up on just like an EWG hook, I know there's like the Bellows hook that they can kind of come with. And if you were to you could put it right back in your package and save your plastic. It is elastomer. It's not the Zman and X-Zone, but it is their version of elastomer. So you're gonna have baits that last. I think it comes out to like $10 USD for 3 of these. They're not cheap, don't get me wrong, but they seem to be pretty neat. Like, they're gonna get a good action. And the best part is, I can almost guarantee where I fish, these fish have not seen something like this. It's a bluegill style of plastic, and while the bass here definitely don't eat bluegill, I've done well on this kind of style of bait. So there's tons of ribbing in it here, just, you know, layer after layer after layer. So it makes it really good for flipping and pitching with an EWG hook. Something like a Carolina rig works great. One that I'll be throwing is a Jika rig. Here's one that I made up. This hook is way too small for this plastic. Well, maybe not that too small, but it definitely is too small for this plastic. But your Jika rig is just an EWG with a drop shot weight on it. And so you need to fish it on the bottom. As that falls, this thing's going to be just kicking like crazy. I'm going to get lots of action off this. I've seen guys fish it on jig heads. You know, an underspin I think would be pretty fun to throw this on. And, you know, just do some popping and swing it back to me. And I think this tail's going to go pretty wild, this little pintail on there. So, yeah, the Bellows Gill, man. Wicked bait. I'm super excited to try, man. I'll be trying this pretty much as soon as we get that open water back and seeing what I can get to bite this thing. So that is it for this box. What I was kind of hoping for was quality over quantity, and I think that's what we got here today. It's just a very good little small selection of baits that I will be throwing. Pretty much every in here, I mean, with the exception of the tubes, I will be throwing almost as soon as spring hits. I mean, bass season doesn't open for a while, so that Bellows Gill is not going to get a workout till later in the summer. Either way, great stuff here. I'm happy with what I received, and you know, pretty cool selection. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tight lines.